Hey guys, welcome back. In the last lecture, we implemented partial refund on the Stripe. Okay, and what we did for that, we just mentioned amount into the API call where we are creating refund on the Stripe, and if the amount mentioned into that API call was lesser than the charge that we initially paid while booking, then it is considered as the partial refund on the Stripe. Okay, and then I told you that we will work on the sending emails for the both admin and customer, but I did that at my end only because that are the similar process that we did for the sending notification to admin and customer for refund acceptance. Okay, let me show you that what I did there. Okay, so let's open the mailer class. Okay, so let's open the refund notification mailer, and here you can see that I added these two extra mailers: refund success notification to customer and refund success notification to admin. Okay, and here are the templates that I made: refund success notification to admin and refund success notification to customer. Okay, and I also push this code on the repository. Okay, so you can find it here. Okay, and there is other works as well that I did from my end, because and I did it from my end because that was the repetitive task that we already discussed, like how to send emails and how to define controllers and all that. Okay, and if you did not practice this project so far, what you can do, you can just follow the readme and you can set up the project at your end as well. Okay, so here you can find the dependencies to run this project, how to set up this project, and how to set up yarn, how to set up stripe keys, and how to run this project, and what where is the video tutorial that you can find for this project. Okay, and you can also visit our channel to find more learning content for Ruby on Rails. Okay, so now in this lecture, what we're gonna do, so let me redirect you first at admin dashboard. So okay, so here you can see that we added a section for listing all the refundable bookings. Okay, so now when you click on a booking, okay, so this is the show page that I implemented, and you can find it in the repository and the code where I push it. Okay, so what do we need to do that, you can see I added two buttons here: back to dashboard and view all bookings. Okay, so when you click on back to dashboard, it will redirect you again on admin dashboard. Okay, and when you click on view all booking, it will redirect you on the list page of the bookings controller. Okay, so now for now, if you click on it, you can see the action index could not be found for admin bookings controller. Why? Because we did not added any index section into our bookings controller so far. So let's do that. Okay, so first close all these files. Okay, and add an index section here. Okay. However, we can make this index section as well, and the index template implement the index section as well, like because it is the very similar task like we did in our bootcamp course, or we did normally for a Rails controllers index section, that we define some collection there and we list them through some using some iterator into the tabular view or into the card view. Okay, but what is the difference here that I'm gonna show you, that what usually the freshers do, or what we usually, or the simplest task the Rails developer do, that let's say at the bookings equal to booking dot all. Okay, this is the simplest way to load all the bookings, and using that, using every booking, you can find its customer and its workshop. Okay, that is totally fine. Okay, but from the performance point of view, this is never appreciated, and this is a bad practice to write such queries. Okay, for now, let me show you that, save this file first, and now let's create an index template into the bookings directory from app views admin. Okay, so create an index.html.erb. So index.html.erb. Okay, and here what we need to do, that we need to implement our template first. So let's add div class call lg12. Okay, and into this call lg12, what we can do, that, let's define a table. So table class table and table border, and into this table border, or sorry, the table tag, what we need to do, we need to define a t head tag. T head tag is used to define the table heading, and now we need to define a tr tag here, and into this tr let's add th elements and copy this 5 times, sorry, paste this 5 times. Okay, let's paste one more time. And what we can add here, let's say booking id. By the way, this booking id is not the actual id that we store into the data table, it is the booking number that we introduced later. Okay, so it might be possible that for initial bookings you have nil entries for that. Okay, or nil values for this order number. Okay, and now customer. Okay, and then workshop, and here what we can do, amount paid. Okay, and then tickets booked, and then here we can add actions. Okay, and now after the t head, what we need to define, t body tag. And into this t body, first we need to iterate for our bookings collection that we get here. Okay, and here you can also see that we do not require any id of the booking here, and we do not require any single instance here. What we are doing here, we are loading a collection of bookings from the database into the memory. So this is considered as the collection route or collection action. Okay, because we know that there are two types of action in a controller, either it would be a member action or it would be a collection action. Okay, so this show action is known as member action. Okay, because it requires the id of the booking to load that from the, to load it into from the database into memory. Okay, and this index section is known as the collection action. Why? Because it just loads the collection of the data. Okay, now let's switch again to our index template. Okay, so into the index.html.trb, let's load the, sorry, let's iterate through the collection that we define into the controller, into bookings controller. So at the rate bookings dot which do, and here it's a booking, and then let's do it, let's close it, and then define a tr and td, and into this td booking dot, now copy this td 5 times. Sorry, paste this td 4 times. Okay, and now what we can do here, booking dot order number. Okay, and then booking dot workshop, sorry, customer dot full name. Okay, and then booking dot workshop dot name. Okay, and then booking dot amount paid, and then booking dot number of tickets. Okay, and then define an empty td and save it, and now refresh your bookings index page. Okay, so you can see, for now don't worry about this actions tab empty, we will implement it, okay, using drop down. Okay, but here for now you can see that we are seeing the correct booking data here. Okay, so these are the initial bookings where we did not have any order number. Okay, so now let's see, this is the customer list, this is the workshop list, and this is the, sorry, this is the details of customer, this is the details of workshop, and this is the detail of order number of the bookings. Okay, but is this a correct solution? Because we are seeing the correct data, but is this a correct solution? No, this is not supposed to be correct solution, or this is not a optimal solution or a best solution. Why? Because you can see into the bookings controller that this is the simplest way, but now if you look at the terminal, this does not supposed to be a good way. Okay, for now let's make some space into the terminal and refresh this page again. Here you can see that how many queries you are running to load this data. You are making one extra, you are making one query to load all the bookings. Okay, and then two queries extra for every booking, first to fetch customer of the booking and then to fetch the workshop of the booking. Okay, so we you are making two queries extra per booking instance. Okay, so for now we have just 20-30 bookings, so we are making, let's say, 40 extra queries. But suppose what happen if your system grows and if the application grows and you have millions of bookings or thousands of bookings or billions of bookings. Okay, then suppose you have 1 lakh booking, then you need to make 2 lakh extra queries to fetch all the to fetch the customer of the booking and to fetch the workshop of the booking. And this is not supposed to be an optimal solution. Okay, so what we can do here to reduce the number of booking, simply we can use eager loading. Okay, I'm repeating this eager loading terms in most of the lectures. Why? Because I just wanted to make sure that you can avoid these kind of practices, because I see a lot of juniors that they just follow the simplest way to finish the task as soon as possible, and that's why they consider that Rails is very fast framework to produce a web application or to develop some web application or web services. Okay, Rails is fast enough, but if you follow the better practices, then you can make optimal things in Rails as well, or you can make best thing in Rails as well. Okay, and what you need to do for that, just keep the basic things in mind. Okay, and how to do better things. Okay, so let's use eager loading here. So we know that what we can use for eager loading, let's say, includes. Okay, and we know that we have bookings association with both customer and workshop. Okay, so what we can add here, booking and then customer, sorry, should be customer and then workshop. Save it. And now let's make some space to the terminal, and now refresh your bookings index page. Okay, and if you refresh it now, you can see that we are only making three queries: one to load booking, one to load all the customers, and one to load all the workshops. Okay, so this is how you can reduce number of queries and how you can improve the performance of your application. Okay, so we need to do this in this way. Okay, now let's add the action drop down into the bookings index. So to add the action drop down, let's first visit the Bootstrap 5 documentation for drop down. So open a new tab, and here you can mention Bootstrap 5 drop down and then click on this drop down link. Okay, and you can copy this first drop down. Okay, so copy it and let's paste it inside the TD. And first correct the indentation. Okay, and after this indentation, what you can make, replace this drop down with actions, and change this button class secondary to primary. Okay, and then we need to replace these links here. Okay, so what we can do here, let's say at the rate link to, and then add view, and then admin booking path, sorry, not bookings, admin booking path, and then booking instance here. Okay, similarly you can, and sorry, add the class here as well, class. And what will be the class here? Drop down item. Drop down item. Okay, and let's remove all other tds because we don't need this. And now let's copy it, and we need to add the same link for deleting as well. Okay, and the path for delete and show will be same. What you need to do, that only difference is you need to mention the method and data confirm here. Okay, so data, let's say, confirm, are you sure you want to delete this booking, and then method delete. Okay, save it. And now refresh your browser. So switch to the browser and go to the webinary and refresh it. Okay, so you can see the actions here. We can see two links, view and delete. Okay, so this is how we can make our table view better. So we have everything here, but we are missing one more better user experience here. That you can see, we can see customer name and workshop name here, but it would be better if we can add the links to this customer and workshop name, because if admin wants to view this customer profile, he can directly grow from here. He do not have to back to the dashboard and then go to the customer's index page and then find that customer and view its details. Okay, so let's add links here. Okay, so first come to the customer full name and add here link to, and then copy this booking.customer, and what we can do here, admin customer path, and then provide this instance here. Okay, and similarly you can do the same thing for booking.workshop. So link to and booking.workshop, and let's provide admin workshop path and save it, booking.workshop. Now if you refresh the page, you can see now we have associated link with the customer and workshop. So for example, if you click on it now, for now you will see error because we did not implemented this workshops controller. Okay, but still it would be a better user experience to redirect admin to workshop or customer from this booking page itself. Okay, so that's all from this. Okay, but here let's do one more improvement, that add empty class MD5. So now you will see that this table is not attached with the navigation bar on top. Okay, and here you can also add a card, or let's remove this card. Okay, so that's all from this lecture. So what we learn in this lecture, that we learn how to write better queries like avoid n plus one queries and using eager loading. Okay, to reduce the number of queries and make a better solution. Okay, and now, in the next lecture, what we will do, we will add range search here to search through booking, and we will also enhance the range search to search through associated data as well. For example, from you can we will not allow you only to find the booking from the booking attributes, but you will also able to find booking from its customer name or its workshop name or its workshop details. Okay, so let's meet into the next lecture. Till then, just practice this at your end and update your code base with the repository link that I will share through the video description. Okay, and we will meet into the next lecture. Till then, Tata, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.